New game, new theories, and victory lap. If my theory is correct, then I've been right about FNAF for like 2 years now. The crying child is a robot. Alright, let's get started. I'm way too excited for this. When I was playing the game, I was so excited when I saw this. So, in the secret ending of Secret of the Mimic, that's saying secret twice in one sentence, that's weird, we find David's bedroom. And, well, it's the FNAF 4 bedroom. The closet, the dresser, the toys, it's the same bedroom. And now you might be thinking like, what the heck is this? Why is this here? Which is what I thought for about like 0.1 second. And then I remembered what I've been theorizing about for like 2 years at this point. Remember back in the security logbook days when, people were trying to figure out the crying child's name, Evan Afton, and then Dave Afton? The books called him Dave. Who else is named Dave in this series? That's right, David Murray. After David's death, Edwin creates the M2 to replace him after the quote-unquote success of Fiona in the M1. So he made, get this, a robot child, the M2. And after Edwin's manor blows up, either from the parachute ending or from the secret ending, with Arnold presumably dying no matter what because the Mimic gets out, the Mimic escapes, and then Fazbear is forced to send more people to retrieve it. Maybe it's William, maybe it's not, but they get the Mimic. They get David. And William takes him personally. Maybe the sister location bunker is already built, maybe it isn't. Secret of the Mimic takes place before 1983 and a few years after 1979, so maybe 81, 82, somewhere there. This gives William enough time to recreate David's bedroom in the bunker to run experiments, which is what I said about the crying child since the beginning. Keeping tabs on him through psychic friend Fredbear wasn't to keep him safe, it was to keep the secret safe. Nobody could know the crying child was actually a robot. And once again, I was right about why Michael was so mean to him. I assumed it was because he was adopted, but it's actually because he's a robot, not Michael's real brother. So Michael bullies him. He's like, why am I having to take care of this freaking kid who's not related to me? And then, when Michael throws the M2, crying child, into Fredbear's mouth, and Fredbear bites down, no blood. Which I also pointed out, I was right. They called me crazy, but I was right. And this feels really good to finally have some kind of confirmation about something. And that's why, when the crying child is in his, last dying moments, William says his famous line, "I will put you back together." Literally. He would dedicate the rest of his time to trying to recreate the Mimic through the fun times. They're powered by AI, they mimic voices, they mimic behaviors, they can talk, spontaneously, they manipulate, just like the Mimic. Now you might be asking, why does Afton want it in the first place? This ties into another theory video I'm making, but long story short, Edwin's wife dies in the Fall Fest fire. Edwin makes the M1, essentially reviving Fiona. William sees this and wants to recreate this. For what? I don't know. To make his animatronics more lifelike, to bring his own wife back, to aid him in killing kids. All of those could be valid, could be a combination, I don't know. So he forecloses on Edwin's manor to get it. Now you might be asking, what about, everything else in FNAF 4? All the voice lines, remember what you've seen, no, don't go that way, all that crap. Well, this game seems to have written FNAF 4 out of the franchise, which is awesome, that's great, because that means that all those stupid problems with the continuity because of that stupid game are just gone. FNAF 4, retconned. Beautiful. The first 4 games as a whole, not necessarily relevant anymore. Like, all that random small minute stuff and details that are in there kind of just to the wayside, which is great. We're moving on. So William steals the M2, David. David Murray becomes Dave Afton. And with this, history is made. This also explains how the Mimic is under FNAF 6, which is a couple blocks away from the sister location bunker, which is under William's house, and the Mimic is trapped near there. The Mimic was literally in William's house or in the bunker, and that's how it ended up there by ruin. William probably also stole Fiona, which is how the Mexis ends up there too. And the Mexis is also a theory for another day. So for now, that wraps this up. Crying Child was a robot all along, David Murray is Dave Afton, William was using the Mimic for nefarious purposes, and as always, we helped all of it happen, which seems to be a theme with these games, us helping release whatever the threat is, whether it's Sister Location and releasing Baby/Ennard, or it's FNAF 3 releasing Springtrap William, whether it's Ruin releasing the Mimic, or in this game, also releasing the Mimic. There seems to be a common theme of us helping an animatronic escape. And remember, that's not just a theory, this is darn near confirmation that the Crying Child was a robot all along. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.